So you have recently graduated from my 6-month business builder program, which you were one of my first students to launch the program. So I'm very excited about that. You get to, go through all the startup thing and give me feedback. I appreciate that. So tell me, you're doing success. You're very successful as a travel agent. Okay, I call them travel agents. You said travel what?
Travel agent, travel advisor,
Travel
used
advisor. Okay.
interchangeably. They're the same thing.
Okay. I was like, okay, I want to be
Yeah, no.
PC.
I
So
use travel agent because it's mostly like people recognize that and know exactly what that is.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So tell us where you were, just over 6 months ago when you decided, hey, I think I want to get involved in this business builder. Like, what was going on in your mind?
Well, so yeah, I have been running my travel agency for like 6 years now. And just as I have been thinking about things and like trying to grow my business, I was like, there's just like so many things that I wish that I would have known when I started. And through different networking events and meeting like successful business owners and like how they helped me with my business, I was like, I really just like feel like there's something that I could do that it helps other travel agents build a business or transform their business so it's more successful. Um, so I talked with Lark after our this Wise Women conference, and she told me about the Business Builder by Your Design. I've been new to the human design world, so I've been really it piqued my interest, and I was like, okay, yeah, I want to start this from the ground up the right way, like in an aligned way so that I'm not doing stuff and then having to go back and start over again and again. So that was kind of why I wanted to join Business
Awesome.
Builder.
Well, I think, knowing your design, which you are, like me, a projector, right?
Yeah,
And so I think in the beginning there were a couple things like you were talking about, I'm going to do this program and we're going to meet every week and it's going to be ongoing and it's going to look like this. And I'm like, oh, Jessica, you're going to burn out, sweetie. Right?
yeah, yes.
And the generators and the mani gens, like they can run with that all day long. But for us, that's not the ideal way to set up a business.
Mhm.
And to set it up so that it aligns with our energy will help us sustain it, right?
Yeah, yes. And that was definitely like just something to be kind of more aware of. And as you taught me more about my human design and that energy, it totally makes sense. And I was like, well, she knows what she's talking about because
Well, thank you, because I know that we as projectors, we got a good, 4 hours in us each day, and then it's like
exactly.
we need a nap. But then we also have things about us that are really strong. Like, for example, being teachers and guides. That's what
Hmm.
we excel at. So it's no wonder that, you've been successful in one thing, and then you're thinking, oh, I want to teach other people how they can be successful and scale faster in this profession.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So I think this what you're planning your course and teaching other people is perfectly aligned with what you're doing. So what was your biggest shift or aha that you experienced during the program?
Um, the biggest shift, I think, probably just like having the confidence that I do know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing.
Mhm.
Just feeling that kind of like, okay, well, why would anybody pick me when there's other things out there that they could pick? So just knowing that I'm honing in on my human design, aligning with like my life, and then it just makes me feel more confident and like I will attract the right people for me.
Right, exactly. And learning how we each design best markets and how
Hmm.
we show up in the world and what we need to do based on how our strategy will attract people to us, right?
Yes.
That's wonderful. So, no, I think that's great. And, just what about the offer? Like, do you feel really confident with your offer now?
So much better because I mean it was totally different when I first started. It was, ideas bouncing all around, so I really, kind of honed in on all of the ideas. Things have changed due to suggestions from you and like other people in the course, and it definitely has gone from like something that I would have needed like 500 people to take this course to like to a bigger program, like a whole container that I'm
Mhm.
handing to them that's a little bit more high ticket, but I'm not going to need as many people to do it, and it just feels way more attainable.
Right. Instead of like piecemealing it out, you've got one
Hmm.
big package because you know that to be successful, your clients, this is what they need.
Yeah.
And it gives them different opportunities, interaction with you both virtually and in person, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
And that's the whole idea is like, because I know that we're, business owners and travel agents, anybody, we're all busy. So anything that's like DIY is kind of like it gets pushed to the side. So
yeah.
the whole idea of it is to be more hands-on and like do it with you type
Mhm.
program so that people actually finish.
Right. And I do think that's the key. People, there have been a few things that I've done DIY where I didn't actually do it all the way through. That's very rare for me because normally if I'm going to pay for it, I will do it, right? But
Yeah.
you're right. People get more value from actually the hand holding and
Mhm.
and helping them step by step where they might struggle. So that's great. The program's great.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I liked Business Builder because it was like, we watch the modules and then we meet together on a call and you are the kind of there like guiding us step by step. So it was a good fit for me in that way.
awesome. Great. Yeah. So just like you mentioned, you're questioning, well, why would somebody come and work with you? What was it? You need to build your value and say, this is what I'm strong in. Why did you decide, okay, I am going to do this and I want Lark to help me out? What made you decide to do that?
Um, well, I have met you through other networking events, I
Uh-huh.
guess, like through the last couple of years, and I've always kind of like seen you and been like, I feel like she's got it together. So
Thank you.
that was kind of where the interest first started, and then just like when you showed me everything that was included in Business Builder and like the value in it and what I would get out of it, it was like it kind of seemed like a no-brainer. I feel like I pulled the trigger pretty fast on it.
No, you did, which of course I appreciate. And I think it allowed us to jump in and help you build your course as you wanted to, like in an aligned way, instead of going off in one way that I think you were
Mhm.
going kind of kind of a little bit scattered in the sense that, oh, I want to offer all these things. And we're like, no, no,
Yeah,
like,
definitely. Yes,
to really help you. And I think
or streamlined.
yeah, streamlined. That's what I think is so important. Something that aligns with you and it allows you to just feel good in your energy. That's the most
Hmm.
important thing, I think,
Yeah.
with business. There have been so many business owners that I've talked to, especially recently, where they are tapped out and they're doing, between 60 and 80-hour weeks. And I feel for them because I could not do that, right? And
No, that's not for me.
they're into another project every other week and I'm thinking this is not a good way to try to grow this thing. So that's
Yeah.
really good. Well, what would you tell a friend of yours who's thinking, I need some help with my business and I don't know what to do? If they're thinking of working with me, what would you tell them?
I would say do it. I felt like the value was definitely there. I feel like the return on investment was huge just to again not be like starting, stopping, going back. Just it's going to save me so much time and energy and money in the long run that I feel like and I don't have a lot of friends that do like the human design thing. This is definitely new. So as I tell people about it, they're like, "Oh, cool, I want to know more about that." So it's kind
Awesome.
of a fun thing that's
Uh-huh.
like interesting and a different way of approaching business.
Right. Well, I can tell you that for many years during my corporate life, I tried to live like a manifesting generator and I burned out.
Yeah.
And that's why I especially tell people you need to align your life with your design. You'll be so much happier.
Hmm.
So I love all the things you said about working with me, like streamlining, getting there faster. And you can use that very same ideas when you market to your clients, because that's exactly what you're going to help people in your industry do, is to get
Mhm.
there faster and have more success, um,
Yeah.
and
Instead
stay
of
in
it
business, right?
taking 5 years to do all
Yes.
of this, let's do it in a few months and just get you going.
That's right. That's right. No, I'm all about hiring coaches who are where I want to be,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to get there faster, you know.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, I appreciate you. It's been so fun having you in the group participating, and I love my projectors because they get their homework assignments done and they like give me more. So I love it. So thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you. It was awesome. Thanks.